What's up, guys? I'm back. So, if you could tell by the title of the video, this is all about fitness, working out, and pretty much how it changed me and molded me into becoming the man I am today. So, I'll get right to it. Basically, growing up, I was never the most athletic. I wasn't the fastest. I wasn't the strongest. It just wasn't in my cards per se. I have the body. I'm tall. I'm 6'4", slim build, but I was never, the guy who was like most athletic in the school, the one who could jump the highest, none of that. I didn't start really becoming all of that until my 20s, probably about like 23, 24, somewhere around there. So for those of you watching that's still young, maybe teenagers, like there's time, there's a ton of time. So basically, when I was 18, my mother introduced me to the gym. She came home one day and said, "Hey, look, I got a gym membership, and I got you one too, just out the blue. I didn't ask for one. I didn't have it in my mind, and nothing like that. She got me a membership to LA Fitness. LA Fitness, probably, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best gyms that's the bang for your buck. The price went up now. It's like $34.99, I believe. But you get a whole workout situation. You get a pool, you get a basketball court, you get a racquetball court, plenty of treadmills, whatever, squat racks. You got everything in there you need. And you could pretty much have access to every gym inside the country for about $34.99. That's a steal. I think it's a steal. So, she put me onto the gym. I remember the first time I went, did I know what to do? I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know where to begin. At this point, YouTube wasn't really a thing. So I couldn't just like go on YouTube and look up workouts to, figure out how to get my proper form or get this going or get that going. So, I went with a couple friends. After a certain amount of time, some friends got memberships too, and we'd all go together. We go together. We try to figure it out. What do we do? How do we put the plate? How do we put the plates on? What's the proper gym etiquette? How do you squat right? How do we bench right? And it's funny because at that age, you don't if you're not raised in like a household to work out and you're just doing it for the first time, you don't know shit. So, I'd go to the gym, I just work on chest and biceps every day. Every day to the point where my chest and my biceps were overworked and it was causing like imbalances in my body and like I'd have trouble going like this, extend out, because this all would be so tight. And, I'm thinking about that now, man, that was stupid. And it was just crazy. It was dumb. But we didn't know any better, so that's what we did. Fast forward, college comes along. I go to college. Whatever. Remember, I still have my gym membership to any gym in the country. So I went to college in Connecticut. Went to UHart, University of Hartford, and there was a gym not too far from the school, maybe like a 25-minute drive if I'm not mistaken. And a new set of people. I'm a little older now. YouTube's becoming popular. Look for things and started learning exercises, learning what to do. And I remember, I'll never forget it. From the end of my sophomore year, that summer to the beginning of my junior year, I blew up. I put on so much muscle. And it's like when you're doing something like that, you don't even realize it until people start talking to you and telling you like, shit, you look kind of big right now. And you're like, I do? Didn't even know. And then that's the time, so I was about, 20 there? That was about the time where I became the guy. I had a good friend, he used to call me Muscles, and it's like, ever since that day, the gym became my friend. And, I'd go to the gym at least at the very bare minimum, I'd be at the gym 5 days a week, doing something, working out, doing something, lifting, squatting. Oh, and I stopped doing just chest and tries. So, sorry, chest and bis. I throw in tries, I throw in back, I do legs. I did a lot of legs, a lot of legs. Um, you know, and it's just, I became so much more well-rounded. And then fast forward a little bit more, I graduated college, and then I'll probably say I was still going to the gym. I was still working out, but I didn't hit my peak I didn't hit my peak because I didn't necessarily, like, I knew how to work out, but I didn't know how to incorporate the proper diet with that. See, it's two things. You can work out all you want, but then if you're still eating like shit and eating, freaking McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning after you go home from the club, what difference does it make? I didn't know that. I was still young and dumb and inexperienced in the gym. So it wasn't until about 2014, 13, 14 over there, when I had just moved to LA. I moved to LA from New York, and you look around and you see so many people in really good shape. And I was startled. I was like, fuck, I think I'm in okay shape, but these guys were like, six packs and definition was crazy and everything was just insane. And I was sitting here like, just a, big fish in a big pond. I was lost. So again, I went through a little slide, didn't know what to do. I revamped my whole workout. At this point, I started going to the gym again, and I would ask people, hey man, you got really big legs, or you have really big biceps. How did you get that? 9 out of 10 times, guys would respond to me and say, "Oh, yeah, man," like, because they looked at me as the younger one. They looked at me as like the little brother, I guess. I was the young one there. They'd be like, "Oh, I'll show you what to do." They'll show me what to do, how they did it. I'll sit there, I'll take notes, I'll look, I'll figure it out. Bah, 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 bah. Boom. So I'd start doing that. As time went on, I was doing that all the time. And then one day at the gym, when I was in LA, I went to the gym, and this guy, this older gentleman, he used to come in, and he was there all the time. All the time. I didn't know. I just figured we were just there at the same time. I remember I was going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. But I seen him every time, no matter what time I went to the gym, he was always there. And I didn't pay no mind. I just figured it was a coincidence. He must have been maybe late 50s, early 60s. He was older, but he was in shape. He walked slow, but he was in shape. You could tell he was in shape. You could tell he was in better shape when he was younger, but he was still in shape. And he took me under his wing. Never called me by my name. Always called me kid. He said, "Hey kid, what we working on? Hey kid, come do this with me. Hey kid, let's do this. Let's do that." He taught me how to bench. He taught me how to squat. He taught me how to hack squat. He taught me, the proper supersets. He taught me about proper nutrition. He drilled all of that into my subconscious so that I was doing that 24/7 all the time, 24/7, 365, and it just became a complete machine. And all of this, guy never asked for a dime. He'd literally be with me my whole workout. He'd spot me. He'd work out with me, everything. I didn't know much about him. I just saw him at the gym. So working with him, I finally hit my peak. I was ripped, cut up, abs on top of abs. Back was crazy, legs was insane, and I just felt amazing. I was so good. And you take things for granted because I didn't even realize when I got there at that point, it didn't even hit me. It's not till one day I think I looked in the mirror and I was like, damn, I'm in pretty good shape. And I owe it all to that guy who was technically my trainer, but I never paid him any money. One day, I think it was Thanksgiving, and I saw the guy in there. His name was Purnell, but I never called him by his name. He called me kid. I called him man. I don't know. I said, "What's up, man?" I never called him by his name. And it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was coming up, and I asked him, because usually we just talk about the gym while we're working on him, but I got personal. I said, "Hey man, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?" I figure you got family or something. I was gonna fly home and see my family. What are you doing? And he said, "Oh man, I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna see if I could get some food, and then it rained yesterday, so my tent is wet." And I said, "What? Your tent is wet?" He said, "Yeah, man, I live on the streets." The guy was homeless. This whole time, this man was homeless. Never asked me for a dime. Worked out with me all the time for, I would say, about a year. Was always at the gym. He was always at the gym because he was homeless, but he had a gym membership. He'd come in, he'd shower, he'd work out, he'd shower again. He pretty much stayed at the gym all the time. Because if you're homeless and you have a gym membership, you have shelter, you have water, you have bathroom. So, that was actually a smart move by him. And when I found this out, I was floored. I was actually humbled that, he never tried to ask me for money. He just really took me in and just accepted me. Um, but after that, I think it was maybe like a week after that. Out of the kindness of my heart, I think it was almost Christmas. I went to the ATM. I had some money laying around. I wasn't really making a lot of money at the time. What was I doing? I started personal training because I was in such good shape, so I became a personal trainer. So I had some money, and I think I gave him maybe like $250. I just said, "Here, this is what I got for now. This is what I could do for you." Boom. He was so appreciative. The man damn near cried. It was crazy. He damn near cried. He was so appreciative of it, and our relationship just stayed the same. It was cool. We work out together, everything like that. Stayed in shape. I was this close to going for competition, for a weightlifting competition, physique competition, excuse me. And then my girlfriend at the time said she was pregnant, and who was not my wife, and it put my world upside down. And I fell off a little bit from the gym, not gonna lie to you, because in my head, my mindset was like, okay, you gotta work hard, and you gotta take care of a family now, you got things to do. It kind of pushed the gym to the side a little bit. And over time, I slowly started losing my gains, And until one day I woke up and that six pack was gone. That physique was gone. I had gotten some features in magazines like Men's Health and Details magazine, and they called me one day and they said, "Hey man, we want you to do this," and I responded to them and I was like, "I don't have the physique anymore. I can't take my shirt off for you guys right now because it's gone." So, yeah, threw me off a little bit. I was a little down for a little bit, and but you pivot, you work around things. And, I was so caught up in raising a family, and I wanted to be a great father and a great husband and a great provider that, I stopped thinking about myself. I did everything for them. So, which isn't a bad thing, but I didn't have any balance for myself at all. That's where the issue was. So, once I lost it, I switched up my style and everything changed. But fast forward, I'm back at the gym now. I've been back at the gym. And, I'm working out. Kids are older. I had another kid. We'll talk about that at some other point. Kids are older now. I have more time to myself. I get to work out hard again. And, my six pack is looming. It's right there. So, yeah. But the moral of the story is that working out and the gym takes a certain special type of dedication, persistence, consistency, and it teaches you how to have a pattern. It teaches you that, consistency is the key to success. It trains your subconscious to, just make shit happen. So basically told me that being in shape, like really, really good shape, is a special form of discipline that not many people have. And discipline equals success, and success equals a good life. So the gym saved my life. The gym will always be in my life. And, to everybody that's listening, work out, hit the gym, be disciplined, because discipline equals success. Success equals happiness. Happiness equals a good time, a good life. And I just want that for everybody. I think next time we're going to do a vlog, a day in the life. Come with me to the gym, maybe something like that. Anyway, love you all. Peace.